Netflix have done it again. They have done it again, and again. But it's not a good thing. So Resident Evil has come out last week. It depends on when you're watching this video. They tried to make a remake of the movies, but made it into a TV show series many years in the future. They made it very modern day, so COVID obviously gets a representation in this film. And you obviously hear about the Raccoon City, Alice. Well, you don't hear about Alice, but you hear about everything that happened in Raccoon City anyway. But this one is kind of weird. It's kind of weird. I'm going to be honest. This Resident Evil is really, really weird, and I'm not 100% sure if I'm down for it. I'm on episode 8. I haven't finished it yet, but I will say for sure that the main characters, Jade and Billy, there's a lot of questions about these two characters. They're twins, by the way. You've got Jade, who wants to be able to control everything and does the exact opposite of what people say. And you've got Billy, who is that quiet girl who, you know, just wants to be peaceful, never actually have a problem with anyone. And then they're twins, so you can imagine the contrast in that for both of the characters and the development. But as we go on through the episode, go through the season, you see that there's a lot of things that start to annoy. Yeah. So in one of the episodes, Billy gets bullied by one of the girls from their new school, and even though Billy said leave it alone, Jade goes and bashes her head in with a rock. For what reason? Her sister said leave it alone, but you know, being who she is and the way that the character is, she refuses to actually listen to her sister in it. So it's kind of confusing. But the whole show itself, I understand that there's a new backstory, but it's going to take a very, very long time for people to really enjoy this. I might have to watch it over again a second time, because the backstory is good. The backstory is good. I just feel that it's just done wrong. Like, you've got Albert Wesker, who, again, that's their dad. Albert Wesker, who does whatever he wants to do to try and create the perfect human. Try to make himself amazing. Try to get all the research done. You got that Albert Wesker. And then Jay is that rebellious type of child that she doesn't want to do what her dad says. She's always questioning everything her dad does, and just doesn't really give two F's about anything else that anyone else does. And then you got Billy, who, again, I've mentioned it before, she's quiet. She just wants to keep to herself. She doesn't want any drama. She doesn't want any of that. But she does do activism stuff, so like releasing animals from like laboratories and things like that. Now, one night they break into Umbrella Corporation using their dad's ID, and they find a dog that has been infected. Billy gets bitten, and you know, there's a lot of drama that starts from here. Now, the issue is Jade and Billy, they start questioning their dad. They start questioning what he does. They find his secret lab. They find details about their blood works. They find details about everything about them that they thought that was normal. They find a lot of different things that their dad has actually kept hidden. And they also find old videos from Raccoon City, so you can know where that goes. Now, Jade, being Jade, as a youngster, she is rebellious. She doesn't care what her dad says. She doesn't want to listen to her dad. But then this is where it becomes a bit of a fuck you, in a sense. She wants to expose Umbrella Corporation and everything like that, and wants to stop them from creating like viruses and killing people. But then the future Jade does the exact same damn thing that her dad does. The exact same thing. There's no difference. She's doing the exact same thing. She is creating she's creating antidotes, fair enough. She's doing all the experiments, and we learn a lot more about her, that she doesn't really give a shit about people's safety. She doesn't care about anyone else. As long as she can get the result that she wants, she does not give two F's about anyone else. She doesn't give a damn. Now, you can sit there and be like, well, yeah, but that's the character. But they've made the character into a sort of two-faced type of person. She rejects everything that her dad did, but she does the exact same thing that her dad did in the future. It is very confusing and doesn't make a lot of. It's just doesn't make sense. But yeah, it's just shit. I feel like there's been some sort of mess up. I like the back and forth from present time to the past, to past to the present, present to the past. But I feel like there was just too much. But you need to understand the backstory. But within 8 episodes, I've watched all 7 so far. I've got 1 more episode to go. But it's just like, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. It's confusing. Ella does a good job playing Jade Westcott. Again, she does a really good job. And then you've got Adeline Rudolph, who plays Billy. Again, you'd recognize Ella from Charlie's Angels. You'd recognize Adeline from, if you've watched Sabrina the Teenage Witch on Netflix. If you watch Riverdale, you would recognize these characters. But it's just like, come on, man. Like, they made the character not care about anything, so you're just like, well, great. She gets told that she needs to wait approval from the board on the on their library to bring it to do the experiments. So what does she go do? She goes and does the experiment anyway. She goes and gets a zombie, carries the zombie onto the board, and does the experiment. The experiment regardless. Now, someone that cared about other people and actually had a sense of thinking of, could this hurt someone else, does not cross her mind. Does not cross her mind. And then when something bad happens, she has instant regret. You know? Like, it's a bad show. Don't get me wrong, I'll watch it again, but it doesn't really get me going. I love Resident Evil, bear in mind. I really do love it. But it got 49% on Rotten Tomato. 49. And it got 3.7 on IMDb. That's not good for a show. So most likely this show will probably get axed, or they will do mad amount of improvements for season 2. But at the moment, I don't see this show going anywhere. Look, I haven't even finished it and I'm sort of done with it, but I will watch the rest of it and I'll come back with another review. But this was bad. It was really, really bad, and it could have been great. It could have been fantastic, but to be honest, I couldn't tell you what went wrong. It just doesn't. You just don't feel anything for any of the characters. That's basically what it is. You don't feel anything. For Alice, you felt stuff. For her side characters, you felt something for the side characters in the movie. But in the TV series, you don't feel anything for anybody. None. It's quite depressing. And, you know, I will be following Rotten Tomato and IMDb as well, because I just don't have any feelings for the show. I do my rating out of 5 stars, and I'm giving this a 2. It could maybe bump up to a 3, but so far, from episode 1 to 7, I'm giving it a 2. It's not fantastic. It's not great. It's really poor. Yeah, that's all I've got to say, to be honest. So I'll finish episode 8 and then I'll give you a recap. I'll give you a review on that episode, and then maybe my whole stance on the season will change. But at the moment, 2 out of 5. Subpar. You know, you can watch it when you're doing work, something to have in the background. But other than that, yeah. So catch you guys later.